Good morning, everybody, and welcome in. We are playing a game called Still Joking today for Try It Thursday, and this is a game that was on one of the sites I get keys from, and I liked the art style and the premise sounded interesting. However, I will put a caveat in that this is a very dark game. It's a choices matter interactive fiction visual novel. Let me see if I can say something about it. Still Joking is a mix of visual novel, interactive fiction, and adventure. It's a world of reflections where everything is like on our side of the mirror, but just a little bit different. It's a story about characters with complex and unique relationship scales. It's also a detective mystery where you know who, but want to also know why. The synopsis says, what do mirror reflections do once they have no one to repeat after anymore? Play as Iris, quite a sarcastic reflection, torn between the urge to unravel the mystery of the death of her prototype and the need to find her place in a mirrored world. So, it's by a company called Purple Brick Games, and it's interesting. So let me turn off the lo-fi, which I only had on because there's no music on the menu for this game. I did start the game just to make sure there was actually sound in the game. There is. I can't guarantee it's going to be at a perfect level. I did try to make it as close to a perfect level as I could, but if it's too loud, please let me know, and I can turn it down. If it's too soft, I can also turn it down. So, game. Did it just crash again? Okay, that's the second time it's crashed. Well, give me a second and I'll get it back. Steam. Play. Come on, game. Okay, are you going to capture it? There we go. Alright. So we're back with the game. We're going to hit new game. And we're going to see where this goes, because it is, like, the first 30 seconds are dark. And it apparently doesn't get any less dark as it goes. So, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I may need to turn the sound up a little bit, but we'll see. Excuse me. Just to clarify, my name is Iris, and I am a reflection. I used to be a reflection of a famous actress. When a person dies, the link between them and their reflection snaps, right away, or in a matter of minutes. What was once living is now dead. The human reflection steps aside, and what is left is an inanimate object reflection. Well, that is, it'll be right there when someone looks in the mirror on their side. And me, I'm supposed to be just fine, and cope with the fact that my whole world has just shattered, and simply forget her. But then, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. After Serena's murder, I wasn't left alone for that long. Someone returned to the crime scene. No, not the killer, no. His reflection did. Please, forgive me. How are you? Did it hurt a lot? You should probably wipe the blood off. Here, take this. Want some water? Or is there a medical kit here somewhere? Do you always kill someone first and then start fretting about it? No. I don't know. It's the first time my prototype does something like this. Maybe he has before, but I've never had to reflect it. Again, I'm so sorry. Do you want anything at all? Oh yeah, I want to know why he'd go and kill Serena. Again, sorry, I have no idea. I've always thought that they've got their own lives on the other side of the mirror, which we cannot affect in any way, so it's best just to distance yourself. But how can I ever distance myself from when, you know... Never mind, forget it. How do you feel? Dead? Yay, 20 streams, go Crypt. Maybe you'd feel better if you try killing me too? As in, kill you back? Won't you go right back to life as soon as your prototype looks in the mirror again? I will, yes. So it's a fair deal then. Your offer basically says hurt me if that kind of thing helps you stress less, right? Under some other circumstances, this could have been amusing. Alas. I meant that it might make you feel at least a little better. It won't. That's too basic. I want to figure out why Serena was killed. Does it have to do with her fame? Does your prototype work in the industry? Is he involved with Argus in any way? Tell me about him. Honestly, I don't see him that often. I hardly know much about him. Neither his name nor his line of work. I haven't even seen the murder weapon before, and I don't know anything about the inscription on it. Sorry. I'll probably see my prototype on Saturday again, but why Saturday? I won't help you much, I guess, but he's a regular at the barber shop on Maiden Lane. Goes twice a week, Tuesdays and Saturdays. What for? For a trim. Sensational. It's Wednesday today. I'd never imagined that a hair and beard trim is necessary as you prepare to kill someone. Listen, you shouldn't stay here. You're no longer a reflection, and that puts you in danger. All the dead reflection must arrive at the community's distribution center and all that. You die, and the next thing you know, you already owe them something. What a brave new world. Fuck this. If you stay here, they'll just send a squad after you. The squad can go right to hell. You know, their protocol involves stun guns and a stretcher. And a right to decide for me, right? Of course. On stamped paper, too. Want to go together? I know my way around there pretty well. I know a few folks, too. No, you're my killer, not my date. We are not going to walk around holding hands, trust me. I don't want to leave her. I should at least wait till they find the body. Okay, then. The community is, quite a reasonable agency. And what I mean is, they'll help you out at the center. Can they tell me anything about your prototype? No. They'll help you build your life from now on. Your new life. Of your own. Seriously? So first I get to reflect her 24/7, to be happy when she's happy and sad when she's sad. Then they turn around and tell me it's finally time to be myself? Simply delightful. And what is myself, I dare wonder? Well, you two are not exactly the same, right? In that I'm still alive? Yeah, you're right. She wouldn't have said this. Dark humor wasn't really her thing. You seem like you've lost a friend. If I can even call someone who didn't know I existed a friend. I'm sorry you feel this way. Should I maybe look around? I know this place like the back of my hand, so I hardly spot anything new, or... Alright, let's look at the murder weapon. He left the weapon at the crime scene. Must be an expression of something. Maybe self-expression, actually. A medieval maniac, and I do ritual killings of women that are way out of my league. The hieroglyphs on the blade reveal nothing to me whatsoever. Okay, what's the purse? Serena and this bag were inseparable. Apart from the wallet and the makeup bag, perfumes and tissues, it also holds a first aid kit, a couple of notepads, 3 printed script copies scribbled all over, 4 books on preparing for the role, and there are sneaky inner pockets that always keep you from finding what you need right away. Sounds like a crazy purse. What's this? ... I still can't believe it's her over there. Like that. It's like there's a doll slumped on the chair while Serena's just out for a minute. And that's the only reason I'm not pulled to reflect her. I'm supposed to come to terms with the fact that my prototype is dead. And the fact that I've got my new and free, damn it, life ahead. I don't want to, though. I simply refuse to think about it. Alright, what about the posters? Argus. I cannot believe that the premiere was just 2 days ago. The critics loved it, and so did everyone else. Our best film ever. Like, for real. It's sure going to become a blockbuster now. What is up with this door? After death, prototypes end up in heaven, and we, the reflection, proceed to the distribution center. To be honest, I've never really bothered to learn more. Wasn't planning on dying for a few more years, you know? Okay, what about this? This guy, then. First he kills me like quite a pro, then he stands here being useless. Like a pro. There's always a chance that he has a name in more than one layer of his personality. We must have met before, but I cannot remember a single thing about him. And it's just me, my killer's reflection, and time ticking away fast as hell. They'll find the body soon. I'm sure I won't have time to ask all the questions I have, if any at all. Okay, who... Let's ask, why have you come back? Looks like your prototype has moved on quickly, washed the blood off his hands, and went on to enjoy his precious little life. Why did you come back, though? How could I do otherwise? You could have just left and kept away from here, like, forget it all for good. I couldn't. I mean, I guess I could if I was almighty, you know, but I'm not. Ever heard of compassion? It's too vague a definition. And it has nothing to do with you. I get it. Who are you, anyway? My name is Roy. My usual routine is traveling to dangerous places, submitting myself to experiments, or sacrificing myself. What do you mean by sacrificing yourself? It's a work thing. As you know, I come back to life every time my prototype looks in the mirror. That's usually on Tuesdays and Saturdays. So as long as he's alive, you can die several times a week? Yeah, but it's not that bad most of the time. Delightful. And are you Serena? No, I'm Iris. It was Serena's dream to play a novelist called Iris one day. Does that mean you used to care so much about what she dreamt of? Maybe I just like the name. Suze! Okay. My dear lord! Serena! Serena! Oh shit, I should really... Sorry to grab you like this, I didn't mean to scare you. She has to repeat after her prototype, and she was on her way to crash into you. Dangerous stuff. Yeah, since her prototype looked into the mirror on her side, everything here had to become exactly the same. Well, almost. The chair would have been visualized right through me, and not just the chair. Ugh. Well done. You kill me once, you save me once too. Talk about evening the score. Doesn't sound that even to me. Seriously, thank you. You did the right thing, and I just froze like a fool. Who is she, by the way? Susan's my makeup artist. Well, Serena's makeup artist. She came to do me up for the stage and instead ended up with a new reflection on her hands that couldn't care less about makeup. Practically speaking, a dead body is just an object, and so is its reflection. You, meanwhile, are alive. She used to be alive. Same as me. Okay, my sweet little girl, how is this even possible? We were going off to O'Donnell's later, weren't we? O'Donnell's? It's a pub. Yeah? Dear me, in front of the mirror of all places, how awful. Was it quick at least? You know what? Don't answer that. I'm sorry. I just can't get my head around it. Suze. I know. I talk too much, don't I? Darling, well, at least you'll remain beautiful for the rest of your life. Nothing like an old hag I'll turn into by the time I die in 30 years or so. And when I do die, everyone's going to assume you're not my friend, but my granddaughter. Suze. It's handy there's no mobile reception here. She's run off to call the police. We've got very little time since I'm about to start reflecting again. Time is indeed an issue, ma'am. Was that a ma'am? Who are you, anyways? His name's Roy. He killed me. Suze, I want to know what happened today. What do you mean, happened? So he's the one who killed you? The scumbag. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, but why? Suze, please do me a favor. Memorize everything that'll happen here. I'll try getting in touch with you very soon. Oh, Iris, why are you always like this? You're always up to something. Take now, you're sitting here all bloody, your hair a mess, hugging away with this killer instead of just asking him. You're asking me for favors. I mean, of course, I'll take note of everything, but honestly, girl. We'll go to O'Donnell's, and I'll treat you to the largest Irish coffee on the menu. I promise. I hope I won't have to wait for too long. My, what do we have now? Well, you cannot stay here. People will rush in any minute. It's going to be it's going to get even worse than it is now. And you, why don't you make yourself useful? Get out of here. Get her out of here. What's the point of looking at the body now? Got any manners at all, huh? Anyways, this chat must be over. Time's running out, and you've got a lot to do, and so do I. But before you go, come over here for just a second. I'll just touch up your contour. Here you go. Much better. Okay, then, come here and give your old friend a final hug, and off you go. New life ahead. You take care, my sweet darling. I'll do my best. Don't forget about the large Irish coffee, Suze. Oh, how could I? Good luck. Maybe I should come with you after all. I'll be fine. Alright, in that case, I hope to make a better impression the next time we meet. That shouldn't be too hard. And yeah, if your prototype ever breaks his neck, do let me know. Somehow, maybe send a dove of champagne or something. Absolutely will do. Welcome. Please keep moving and don't hold up. Lecture halls 15, 16, and 17. Go on. Don't stand around. Proceed that way. Lecture halls 15, 16, and 17. Last minute change of heart, anyone? Ah! Looks bad. He seems to have no clue about what's going on. Please proceed. Nothing to see here. Hey, you with the gun. Is there maybe, like, a guide or a manual on immediate help for cases like this? That would have been mighty helpful. Go on. This way, please. Man with a gun. ... Proceed this way. Don't linger. That way, everyone. Lecture halls 15, 16, and 17. Hey, who are you? What happened to you? They didn't even think to ask the bloodied man with a gun what happened. Glorious. I've seen you somewhere before. No, you haven't. Cue in. Standard excuse. You must be confusing me with someone else. Which lecture halls again? 15, 16, and 17. Hold on. I definitely know you. Aren't you that? Thanks. I'll be going. So there are free seats on the front row only. But then again, I don't feel like going back to the hallway. Let me start with the warmest greetings on behalf of the community. You will no longer be pulled to mirrors. Your prototypes are dead, and you're finally free to do as you please. Guy in blue. Yay! Not all the reflections got lucky with their prototypes, sure, but the mere idea of congratulating us on their death? Ugh. Some fundamental basics. Now all you need to eat do is eat and sleep regularly. And shower too, of course. Your prototype could bring you back to life with a single glance in a mirror, but that's no longer the case, so I wouldn't risk it. Should anything bad happen to you, the consequences are irreversible. This is crucial, so I'll say it again. Do take care of yourselves. You'll thank yourselves later. Now, a few organizational aspects. We're at the Community's Distribution Center. This is where all the newbies end up. No exceptions. Once the intro lecture is over, please head over to the staff. They'll provide you with forms to fill in, and that'll help assign you all to your curators. In the next 2 months, you will all be gradually setting into this new world. Then you'll get a job and move on to live your own. For now, you are in the community's care. It's about time you handed over the branded caps and badges with "Welcome to the Community" printed all over. And get us to sign for these, and then demand them back in mint condition in 2 months. Just a reminder, for those who may have forgotten the basics, away from the mirrors, everything is flexible. The community was formed by the reflections who managed to harness these processes. Soon enough, you two will link to different spaces, create items, and alter reality. If you have any questions, fire away. If you don't, address any of the staff in the hallway for further instructions. Thank you all for your attention. What is this mini lecture? Micro lecture even? Each sentence invites at least one big question, and then a bunch of follow-ups. This sucks. Seems like a good time for a promo. Something like, buy your hard liquor from the community. Get another session with a cute therapist as a gift. Apparently, though, I'll just be riding off into the sunset looking for trouble. Should I skip the trouble and just ask one of the SCAF to find me a curator and speed everything up somewhat? How about you stay instead and figure out how the community's cold and heartless bureaucracy operates and maybe even learn something useful here? Sounds boring, but it could be worth it. Geez, what do we want to do? Let's take off and find a curator. Wait, the girl in red, hold on. Running away is probably not going to cut it, right? Yes. I knew it was you. Round of applause, everyone. This is the reflection of none other than Serena Elsie. Damn, should have run away after all. There's no point in pretending I don't know what's going on. We'll find my way out. For now, a smile and a wave will do. Tell us, please. You're meeting with Daddy J, aren't you? The right strategy would be to confirm and leave, but what does he mean? Should I know this Daddy J? Oh, what a pain. Maybe play along a little? Yeah, totally. Let's give them a cheap sensation. Oh gosh, I can't. I really shouldn't say. Can you promise to keep it strictly between us? Me and DJ, we fell out, like, for good. Oh, no way. Who have you chosen instead, then? For those who do not know, Daddy J is a collector. Curator for celebrities. Collector. It's likely that he and I fell out. I'll just say we weren't a match on a personal level. You'll be doing a press conference, right? When exactly? I'm sure there are fans of yours in the audience, and they'd love a few more details. Addressing the audience, what do you say? That's not saying anything. Guy in blue, yeah, yay! Girl in a suit. Oh, yeah! Girl in pink. Totally. Is he oblivious to the fact that they are not my fans, but Serena's? And what about them? Private life questions ahead. It's really best to get out of here as soon as possible. I've got an idea. I've got a quick question. May I? Of course, I'd be happy to help. Does everyone see the banner on the wall? Yeah? Yes? Yeah, and? It does say reflect and forget, right? Oh yeah! Sure, for real. It says just that. So how the hell does it matter whose reflection I am? Well, this is a general recommendation, so to speak. What I'm trying to say is don't take it literally, you know? There's not much he can say. Well, everyone should reflect and forget he cares about me being Serena's reflection. Oops, it's a contradiction right here. There are exceptions, of course, and we are all completely different, which is why, this is what I meant to say, it's a different matter really, and it calls for an individual approach. Therefore, the community will act accordingly. Sorry, but I really need to dash. Thanks for the deep insights, though. I won't hold you up. How fortunate you are finally that you've spared a few minutes for us. More applause, everyone. Come on. Oh my, so Serena Elsie is off the grid now? Dear me. Stay chill, Iris. Calm down. Can I just have the forms, please? It was drugs, wasn't it? All those stars go off the hook sooner or later. You can wear that mask of cool all you want, but at some point justice gets served. Oh yeah. Ever seen a forensic pathologist open a corpse's chest? What? Why are you... Want me to show you? Serena rehearsed it a lot for her role, so I can repeat the entire thing even with my eyes shut. The incision will be impeccable. Even though you probably won't be able to see it. Cynthia, sign her up for my group. Have you even heard what she just... I have. Just sign her. But the form. We'll fill it in together. Alright, as you please. Take her away. So, I'm going to stop behaving irrationally now and follow you because I'm the only one of all the curators who knows how you feel. My prototype was a model. The runways, the makeup, then more runways, then more photo shoots, and yes, even more runways. Enormous stress and an even greater willpower. I never wanted to be anyone else. When she died, I felt like my oxygen was cut off. My name is Dora, by the way. I'm Iris, and I sometimes bully everyone around me. Not a problem, you reckon? In the first week after her death, I smashed an antique vase on the head of one friendly young man who just wouldn't leave me alone. This will pass. Ah. Nice to meet you, Dora. Iris, I will be your curator for the next 2 months. Today you will be joining a group of other newbies on an expedition away from here. A group? I work with reflections that used to spend a lot of time in front of the mirror. There are currently 4 of you, including yourself. We'll get back to the expedition in a bit. For now, let's fill in your form. Hold on. If we're going somewhere, I'd like to be able to go back sometimes. To your friends? Sure thing. I'll teach you how to create doors, and you can go anywhere you want through those. Oh, okay. Let's do the form then. Name and sex, got it. Age, 26. Marital status? Would 3 husbands and 5 children make a difference? No, but you would have been different to start with. By the way, if you decide to marry, don't forget to notify the community. What for? It has to do with a marital status and property rights. The wedding and such like are up to you. Okay, now, prototype's occupation, actress. Cause of prototype's death? She was murdered. Her cause of death is murder. Should be easy to say out loud, shouldn't it? Iris? In the very best Shakespearean tradition, she was cold-heartedly stabbed by a ghost in her own dressing room, right in front of the mirror. Oh, my sincere condolences, but it's good your sense of humor is still here. Many reflections come apart in similar situations. I have to warn you, though, you're likely to lapse into nightmares at some point. You mean dreams about death? Not just those. Random memories related to the prototype may resurface. It gets better with time, however. You are currently under the so-called mirror death curse, which in other words is simply your adjustment period. Delightful. Do not try to be too hung up on emotional struggle. Alright, Iris, what about bad habits? Smoking, drinking, drugs? I had to smoke during filming, used herbal roll-ups, but I never fell into the habit. I'd say I'm neutral to positive regarding alcohol, and I don't do drugs. I see. Overall health? Splendid. Exceptional even. No panting, no prototype, and even the stab wound is closed by now. Prototype's fatal wounds are not passed on to their reflections. If there are no problems, we're moving on to the next question. Do you have any particular talents or skills? We're going to laugh it off. I can rope walk. This will do. Anything else? This will do? Okay. It's widely accepted that sex on the beach is amazing when I'm in charge. Right. What else? I can croon like a wounded bird. Really? I fancy myself a confident mezzo-soprano. Sensational. I can take endless questioning, too. Well, it's a shame we're out of questions. Are we going to win the contest for the most creative form? Affirmative. How about I tell you more about the expedition, then? We're a small group of scientists and practitioners engaged in discovering and stabilizing new territories in the void. In order for the reflections to have spaces to inhabit and procure resources from. You'll see. Can you say that again, but in simpler terms? In a nutshell, we board buses, explore the void, and occasionally transport things for the community. You'll have the opportunity to get new impressions, figure out what you might want to do in the future, and catch a break from the rubbernecks. Thank you. And yeah, that final point is particularly inspiring. How exactly do expeditions work? There are 2 groups of people in each expedition, the scientists and the practitioners. Each group has a leader in charge, someone to organize their subordinates' work and be responsible for them. Leaders make the decisions together when it comes to matters that affect the entire expedition. What if their opinions are divided? It depends, really. In cases of emergency, the practitioner's leader makes the final call. If the matter in question is more about planning, then the scientist leader is in charge. What about you? Does your opinion count? The medics and I, we offer advisory votes, which means they don't count. And what is the community's role in all this? They allocate resources and approve expedition plans. A plan outlines the route, the necessary stopovers, and the target metrics. That's kind of dismal. Fortunately, our contribution is not required on this regard. Iris, as a matter of fact, each expedition is always organized somewhat differently, but in our case, there's no need to worry about the red tape. Hey, lady! So I won't have to write reports every day, then? No, even I don't have to. Glorious. Dora, can you tell me about the void? The first thing you need to know about the void is that it's dangerous. Anything that comes in contact with it quickly gets destroyed. I'm doing great. I hope you're doing well, too. Sure, there are ways of slowing the destruction down, but more on that later. Wait, what did I miss? The first thing you need to know about the void is that it's dangerous. Anything that comes in contact with it quickly gets destroyed. Sure, there are ways of slowing the destruction down, but more on that later. The second thing to remember is that the void is heterogeneous. Sometimes stabilized areas emerge here and there. They are technically not the void as such. Can you give me an example? If you've ever seen mist, say in films, then you should be able to visualize a mountain with its bottom fully covered and its top fully visible because of clean air. You'd be safe there at the top, not putting yourself at risk. In reality, there are most often roads rather than mountains. They appear out of nowhere and deteriorate for no apparent reason unless certain measures are taken. We use these roads to look for new territories. You'll see for yourself soon. Now, the third point to note. The void is poorly studied. Therefore, complying with safety regulations is a must. Kind of goes with the first point. Beware of danger, don't touch, now go right in. Woke up and wanted to say hi. Well, hi to you too. Not go right in, but rather let's have a careful look. Do you mind talking about your prototype? And her death? Not at all. Ask away. What exactly do you want to know? Was she also killed in front of the mirror? No. She worked herself to death. But yes, she died in front of the mirror. Dozens of mirrors on the runway, in fact. What did you do next? At first I had no clue what was going on. I was assigned to the scientists, and I just lurked around until one day I heard they were recruiting for an expedition. It is much easier to understand yourself when you're out there dealing with real problems as opposed to sitting in a lab playing with glass tubes. Iris, just do really try to open up to new experiences. It will take you a certain time to process what has happened to you. I hope none of the new experiences involve being stabbed. What is Crystal City? Do you want to know anything in particular? I guess I'd like a few fundamentals. Iris, do you know what stabilization stands for? No, I would assume it refers to maintaining the current state of something. More or less so. Everything out of reach of the mirrors gradually gets destroyed. Your bag with its entire contents will start going bleak and cracking here and there in a week or two, unless you do something about it. Delightful. Stabilization is a deliberate action intended to prevent that destruction. We can fix items up. It's not hard at all. I'll teach you. Now, Crystal City is where nothing ever requires any fixing up. You mean if I take my bag to Crystal City, I won't have to worry about it and do anything with it? Indeed. But we're only getting there towards the end of our expedition, so you'll have to learn the ropes anyway. Can't we open a Crystal City flagship office on our bus? You're taking a shot at one of the world's greatest mysteries. No one knows why the capital is like this. Yeah, I think that's it for me. Thanks. Fine, then. Oh, and by the way, if you have no reflecting objects with you, there are pieces of polished metal fixed in places of mirrors on the bus. Or remind me later to find you something that's a bit more compact. Not a bad idea. I will never see anyone in the mirror again, but it won't hurt to have a way to fix my hair once in a while. Or should I say, no one will ever see me in the mirror again? What's taking you so long, Dora? We're leaving in like half an hour. I've got someone new on board. She'll be joining us. I'm Iris. Ain't that neat? Perfect timing, Iris. Pack up. We've got no time to spare. Chloe's coming with us. She's one of the practitioners. You won't have to interact much. However, she's right. It's time to pack. We're not going to offer help. Here, take this. In just a sec, I'll get you the building layout. Here, buses depart from the station. It's highlighted right here. Ours is a bronze one. Okay, a bronze bus. Wonder who got the golden one, the scientists or the practitioners? I'll meet you there. But first, scoot to the warehouse and get changed. Just show your keeper your request form and he'll fetch you everything you need. What if he doesn't? In that case, I'm going to be very angry with him. See you soon. Wonder if I'll have to summon my curator in the end, or the keeper will turn out to be accommodating enough. Guess we'll see. Okay, so we're going to go to the warehouse. Good evening. I'm about to ride off into the sunset with Dora. Here's the list. Basic kit 3, an expedition overalls female, size. It's an M. Easy peasy. I'll get your stuff. Sign here, will ya? Look at that. Everybody writes backwards. Huh. She started to write Serena and wrote Iris instead. Interesting. Here. You should go. Should try it on. And listen, you're her, aren't you? Is that Selena girl? Well, if the clothes fit, I'll be able to bash his head in and flee. In fact, even if they don't fit. So then, mine was watching telly right before his shift. Was a piece of news on her. A news piece? They may have said something important. What piece exactly? Something about her being sacrificed or some such by a cult or something. A cult? Yeah, Scientanists or whatever they were. The press was saying she owed him money, or maybe there was some orgy gone wrong, or a ritual killing, you know? Fancy that. How stupid should you be, for real? Crap. So it be true then. Don't be mad, beautiful. You ain't her after all. I'd be happy if mine kicked the bucket. I'm telling you, I'd be free, eh? Let's hope the cult finds your guy and ends him then. Can I have my papers, please? Nobody gives a damn about him. Here you go. My regards to Dora. Uh-huh. All the best. First, the killer leaves a stylish blade at the crime scene. Now he's suddenly appointed by some cult. Glorious. All self-respecting club cult members wear black robes, apply eyeliner, and study Latin proverbs for breakfast. Wonder if Roy would look dandy in all that. Suze would vent at him all right for such a shallow, dramatic interpretation. Where am I headed, by the way? Ah, right. To face my fate and the bronze bus. Hello there. I've got Dora's bus, right? Man in green. Hi, yes, this is the one, and you are here because something's happened? I happened. Looks like we'll be companions for the next couple of months. I'm Iris. My pleasure. I'm third. Third? What's up with the previous two? The first one's asleep on the bus. The second one will be here any minute now. He's still got some time. And we do too, actually. Let's get your sleeping arrangements sorted. The way I see it, anyone can just come up and say, I'm joining the expedition. So can I have my sleeping arrangements sorted, please? Delightful. Not everyone would dare. You've met Dora already, haven't you? Not everyone dares to cross Dora? Whoa. Yes, that's right. Let's get to it. I'll grab a few things off the top of the bus that you'll need during travel. You get everything from the warehouse. Basic kit 3, expedition overalls, and a handful of gossip. Uh-huh, I see. You'll still need toiletries and a travel kit. Please check if your kit contains a sleep mask, by the way. Yeah, I've got the mask. Is it essential? Oh, totally. The Void knows no nighttime. I mean, it's just a bit darker at night, and you'll struggle to fall asleep without a mask. That's the only shortcoming of an expedition. What are the advantages? Hop on the bus. I'll fetch your things from the top. Advantages are aplenty. First, the expedition is about discovering new territories. We can find just about anything. And secondly, where else can you witness the best practitioners and scientists at work? Thirdly, we get a chance to show ourselves in the first 2 months. Fourthly, we get to see Crystal City in the end. I mean, the capital. Sorry, I'm a bit overwhelmed. Do you mean you've been to Crystal City before? No, but I've heard and read a lot about it. You know what? First things first, though. Okay, I'm going to pause here before I make this decision because we have an ad coming in, and I'm going to get up and stretch while the ad runs. And then I will be right back after the ad. So I'll see you guys in about 3 minutes. Take care, and we'll get back to this story. Alrighty, I'm back. So we have this decision. We're not gonna offer to help. Because I don't think that's something she would do. Fernando, Dora, Ryan? Eh? Did it just crash again? It did. That's now the 3rd time this game has crashed. You know what? We're gonna play something different because that's kind of silly. Alright, so we will switch. We're just gonna switch games. Alright, let me switch to game categories. And everything else can stay the same, I think. Except for, let's take that off. There we go. This is a game, this next game is a game I got through being an EA content creator. And it's probably going to be loud. So let me turn it down for you guys so you don't lose your eardrums. Okay, game. Try this again.